That's the grip I use. And it slides out on the shot. I keep my fist clenched. Now I could do it the same way, whipping it with a traditional, I guess you could say, grip. But regardless, I'm still going to try to let it slip out and got it that way and be ahead of the blade. You want to be like ahead of it and control it. The way I'm throwing sidearm, the shot's already made at the hip. I ain't trying to go and control it and guide it down like accurately. My shot's already made, so I ain't controlling afterwards. I just need to make sure that when I'm shooting, that I'm lined up the right way. Like this is working from 4 meters. That's where I mainly work from. And what I've noticed about myself is when I come around to, regardless if I'm trying to pull from here, or pull from here, and come down, like I have my hand cocked downwards. You don't want that. You want to try to have your hand like as even as you can get it, but I prefer to have it like angled. Like say if I'm shooting, I want to come around this way, because then by the time I get to where my shot's true, I line up. Even if I'm doing it this way, I'm coming out a little bit tilted. I'm coming out a little bit tilted, and then so my follow through is always lined up. You always have to follow through. It ain't like boom, all right, I'm done. You ain't done. You follow through with it. The times that I mess up is I'm stopping it, or I'm like, oh, it all happens so fast, and you might just be like, oh, I'm done so fast, just as fast as you shot. But it ain't like that. Give it a little tiny bit more, and always follow through, and that shit'll boom, it'll shoot right out your hand, and you won't even feel the shot come out. It'll just flow through you. I'm gonna try to get the Jack of Hearts just by talking, and let's just get one out of the way. This is my first throw today. Ah, Joker. Let's get some shots in, 4 meters. I'm gonna try to take it slow, see if I can come up with something good for you. Kind of relax your grip, but hold firm. Let that thing slide out of your hand. And I didn't follow through with that. I was aiming for the Jack of Hearts. Still good, but I stopped. You're coming around and tilt it a little bit. Don't have to use strength. That comes in strides. Practicing it while you're not throwing, it's going to strain your wrist. You're going to be like, I can't do it. Don't worry about that shit. Practice it while you're throwing. Don't think about fucking sticking it. Worry about shooting that bitch and get that thing angled up when you're slinging it. Stop. When you follow through, it's going to line up. And cut what the hell you're going. What you end up doing, dude, is you're already aiming. You're like, bam, you're pointing at that. You're like projecting it. And that's what it's going to feel like, because all of that other stuff should be automatic. You're not controlling it. You're not pushing it. You're not guiding it. It's the shot's made. You should already, bam. I could already tell when I messed up, like before I even let go, because I'm like, yeah, my angle's off. I'm pressing on it. I'm ahead of the knife. I'm behind the knife. You could get like behind too much, and you'll have weird throws. I want to say this right now. There ain't nothing wrong with throwing for accuracy that way. I need to work on those things. I need to work on a lot of the elements of throwing. And even what I'm doing now, I'm not consistent. I'm not doing what I need to do. I'm not relaxing. I'm not following through. Man, if you follow through, even a shot that don't land, if it hits, it's crazy. And you won't even feel it shoot. You'll be like, poof, and you'll wonder, what the hell just happened? Because you didn't have control over it. It's just like a gun. You pull that trigger, you're not helping the bullet down the barrel, and you're not helping that bullet while it's in the air. You made your choice by pulling the trigger. pull the trigger at your hip. Sidearm is not much different from overhand. It really isn't. Now overhand, you don't have to control as much whipping down, or you don't have to like line up so much because it all lines up by itself, and you got gravity helping you. When you're doing sidearm like this and you're trying to whip it, all it takes is hip. You ain't got to move all around or nothing. You can take that hip and whip it in, but you got to be lined, like be tilted up. And when you whip around, if you're tilted up, it'll line up right where you're landing. And as you back up, you're going to have to adjust, modify. You can still do the same thing, maybe step forward or whatever. I have to do different things because I'm lighter. I'm not tall. I don't have like long arms. I don't have a long stride. So there might be things I got to do to get distance and power for right now until I learn more. So, dude, your size, man, once you get this, it's crazy. Because once people, if like say two guys are the same size, or they're throwing the same way rather, and they get the same throw down, boom, 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 and one's bigger than the other, one's stronger and longer and taller, he's going to throw more powerful, dude. That's just nature. It's just physics. It's boom. So that little guy, he's going to have to do a little bit more to compensate for that or whatever. There's a reason there's weight classes in MMA. So once you get to a level and throwing, man, you can get some power. But one thing about this whip stuff and this grip here, and it shoots out, small people can have a lot of power. It can amplify that power. I kind of want to stress the fact that like that power and stuff ain't dependent on the grip, really. You know, you can use traditional grip and still shoot and still guide it and get some heavy power, accurate power. Like I kind of blend the mechanics. I'm still using the hip, but also coming in with some control too. So I'm letting go, but I can still feel the blade go along my hand. I'm still guiding you. I like to practice that. I'm gonna try to do like a a bad throw, let's say. I'm gonna try to do one. I do bad throws all the time, automatically, but let's try to do one and see. I'll see if I can show you what I mean. I'm gonna have it tilted down. That was that worked out. All right, let me try to. I'm trying to throw like one. I'm trying to get one wonky. You don't want to. You want to follow through with it. That's what I was doing right there was following through. That solves a lot of your problems, dude. It's following through. You're not done with the throw. It's boom, kind of like a sling. You know, a sling keeps going. Or threading the needle. You go in, you pull out. Boom. You know, it's all one motion, not multiple parts moving. One motion. 4 meters. Joker. Let's go from the chest. Oh! Yep, I didn't follow. I'm glad I did that. I didn't follow through and I pulled back. I went, and did that. And so I was way ahead of it, stopping the blade from shooting. And when I got there, I tried to compensate. It's too late. It was way past the target and I flopped it. Missed the target. Joker. Joker. Still though, at the end of the throw, I tried to control it. Barely, just barely. I touched it too much, but it was so fast that it still had effect. I was on the outside of it, like doing some weird shit, like trying to hook it in. You don't want to do that. You want to pull it. This is a pull, not a push. It's a pull. You're pulling the blade. I'm like trying too hard without trying. Basically like forgetting everything I've known. You don't want to like concentrate too much on the method you're throwing, but you don't want to forget that shit either. You'll be like, client, what am I doing? Go back to what you were doing. sometimes I can throw too fast. I get too ahead of myself. Stop, calm down. Remember, it comes from the hip and follow through. Hip. Joker middle. Ah. Joker middle. Ah. I can kind of go overhand with it too. And you're still kind of, I mean, you could get away with a lot more because you're going downwards. So, like, I don't necessarily focus on that so much because here I'm trying to like defeat gravity in my mechanics. Here I'm not really having to do that. I'm just flowing down. I have more options in this range than this range, kinda. Well, unless I want to go lower, that's different. Yeah, I could. That's a whole nother realm. So let's go lower. You know, same shot, same hit, same drop joker. You're not letting go of it. When you whip it, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out, and it's gonna, and you follow through. It's gonna whip out. So you don't want to grip it too hard to where you're holding on to it like you're gonna stab someone. You hold on to it just enough to survive the whip, and then bam, all that energy is gonna explode. The energy's already there. I'm just unlocking it. I'm not giving it energy. I'm just like taking advantage of what's already there. And that's what's so cool about it, man, is you can just be chilling, and next thing you know, oh, I didn't follow through. If I'm being honest, if I'm training for competition, I probably would go with like a traditional grip and be more precise, and it would be a different mindset. I like the Fedin because it shoots and it gives power from a minimal distance, minimal movement. But sometimes even when I'm moving around, I have to use traditional. You ain't got time to grip your stuff. You're moving, bang, hitting it, picking up a drop, and just throwing it as however you can. Half spin's really good for that because you can just do it and just sling it. Even if it don't stick, it's gonna do something. But Fedin's my go-to. But traditional, man, it can get the job done, or it can win you competitions. So Fedin's hard to get accurate with, but I'm still learning. So. I came in a weird way. You can also get some power like by moving your front leg. It's weird. Like, you kind of like, hold on, it's better off now. Yeah, move your front leg around. It's like a slight movement.